Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman.
And I'm Luke.
We're getting really good at these intros now. It's been enough years that it's flowing like creamy butter.
I'm getting the hang of it to being a bit more au naturel.
Today we're going to be doing show and tell. These are Luke's gadgets, and then over here I have some very, very, very good but slightly more affordable gadgets from XVIVE, who are sponsoring this video. Thank you very much. We've basically got kind of like intermediate, super ridiculous high end, and then what XVIVE have to offer for you for an in-ear monitoring solution.
So these are a basic pair of Shure in-ear monitors. They are the Shure 425s. So you've got your in-ears, and they can be interchanged as well. And you have different types of buds as well. They come with the pack, and they're still quite new. I basically just stick to one pair of buds that feel comfortable and use them.
Yeah, to be honest, that's the experience I've had too. You get loads of these little buds in these packs, and then you're just like, well, this is the one that doesn't feel like it's torturing my ear, and then you never
where
change.
they might actually come handy?
Where
when your friend actually forgets their pair, you have these as a backup, and obviously you would need to change the buds in order to lend them to someone.
And roughly in terms of price, what is this kind of thing?
These are around €250.
It's just the bit that goes in your ears.
Exactly, yes. Then, obviously, after a few years of using these, I started to hear about the molded versions of in-ears. Molded meaning that in order to get a pair of these molded in-ears, you have to arrange for an appointment with your audiologist. In Malta we have a saying like skarpan bżarbunum qatta, which actually translates to is the cobbler that ends up with the worn out shoes, the ones that he wears personally, meaning that if you are a musician and you're obviously being constantly exposed to loud noises, you are obviously going to be more prone to hearing loss, which is basically obviously the tool that you need to operate, than other ordinary people that do not work in that field.
It's the high frequencies that do more damage as well.
Yes, it's the high frequencies that get lost first.
Yes. Show me the high end stuff.
Yes. So after years of using the Shures, I started hearing about the molded in-ears, and I actually went for my 64 audio pair of in-ear monitors. You get also a cleaning tool, which I lost. And obviously you have the in-ears themselves. This is a 12 driver model. You have 12 drivers in each bud, and you can choose obviously the artwork on your buds.
How much did these in-ears cost you?
These retail for around €1,800.
That's 1,000. How much?
€1,800. Yeah.
Almost 2,000 euros. Now, for somebody like Luke, it's invaluable. He needs them because he's playing at massive festivals with huge orchestras to multiple thousands of people in an audience, all the way down to an acoustic gig with a
I use them regularly, like around 2 to 3 times a week easily.
But that's 1,800 euros just for the in-ears.
Exactly.
There's nothing else. So you'd need other bits to make it operate.
On to what XVIVE have.
XVIVE. In Maltese language, the X is a sh sound, so we've got XVIVE. They've made this in-ear monitoring wireless system. It's a complete system, so it isn't just the in-ears. It does come with a pair of cool in-ears, it comes with a receiver, it comes with a transmitter, so it's the whole solution in one little package.
Now XVIVE offer these separately as well. You can buy the buds on their own, and you can buy the transmitter and receiver, but obviously they decided to offer them as a set package as well, which is what we have here.
My main take home for this is that it's a fairly affordable, complete solution with less than 5 milliseconds of delay.
And less than €400 as well.
Yes, that's right. So here is the little teeny pack. These are the actual in-ears, and you'll notice that it's ready to receive its little in-ears. Here are the individual ears.
Freshly packed.
And so here's one. There it is. It was a nice firm click when I pushed it in place.
Nice.
And I'll do the other one. Make your own. There you go. This is one small part of the pack. Now you can put things in your ears and listen to music. So I put this in the case that comes with the cleaning tool that you forgot.
I lost.
Yeah, and a jack. And then you get this as well. Should we tell them the price?
Yes, the price for the whole thing is €390.
390 euros. That's 350 sterling?
Yep, exactly.
350 sterling. So, this is the bit you didn't get with the rest.
I love how they're molded.
It's very nice.
The casings. Oh.
So this is the transmitter. This you shove into the desk and it's going to transmit to the receiver. You just give it to the sound engineer. Here you go. And he goes, thanks man, appreciate that. Now it's easy for me. I don't have to lend my pack to anyone.
Yep.
And then on your belt, you have the receiver. This operates up to 29 meters.
Yes,
remember?
27.
27?
Which
29?
is, how
It's a
many
long
feet
way.
did it say?
It was a long way.
90 feet?
Yeah,
Was
something
it?
like that, yeah.
Which is, yes, 27.
Do you
28.
operate in feet or meters? I don't know. I mean,
Let us know in which region of the world.
I have annoyingly, and I really mean annoyingly, large... Oh, wait, I get to do this. Annoyingly large feet. I only really can buy shoes in America. So whenever I go to America, I buy like 4 pairs of shoes.
What sizes? How do they measure sizes in the US?
I'm a UK 12. I don't know
UK
what that
12.
is in... let's have a look, actually.
Okay.
I'll find out.
I'm a 7.5.
I got these in America.
Yeah.
I love me some Vans.
Yes.
So these are, it's nothing to do with in-ears or anything. Oh, these are a US 13. Anyway, that's about my feet.
Yeah.
So, receiver, the transmitter, and then there's more. So, you better film this bit too, Luke.
Yeah.
This is exciting. And you need a complete solution for this issue, because if you don't, you're going to end up boring stuff, using wedges, shoving rubber bits in your ears, and then pulling one out midway through a gig. And then when you're sort of my age, you will regret it. You also get a power cable to charge up the receiver. It's a double ender. Yep.
I love this little...
I'm just getting ready for hanging out with Lee again. It's the same cable that you get in the pack with the guitar wireless kit that I love from XVIVE as well. Jack cable that you could fit onto the end of your transmitter. There you go. And then it's in. I love technology. Man, if I'd have had this when I was a kid, I don't know what I would have done with myself. And then all the little rubbery ends for the in-ears to make it comfortable for you. There's hundreds of different kinds. You get the exact same consistent sound in your ears every night when you're playing. You set it and forget it most of the time.
Yeah.
That's right, huh?
Ideally, yes. There's like a consistent level, especially if you're using a digital mixer, that you can save like your preset of what's being sent through the outputs to your in-ears, and you can have that consistent from gig to gig.
Yeah.
A good important point to mention as well, linked to what Rob is saying about the use of in-ears. When you are using monitor wedges, you get used to one specific type of sound on stage. And this is a question that lots of my friends pose to me, like, but how do you manage to get used to in-ears? I played a couple of gigs and I just had to take them off and listen to the sound. You're used to hearing the room ambience around you, which is...
Feed a mic into it.
Exactly.
That's what I do, yeah.
So having in-ears, it's very important because you are isolating yourself from the excess noise that you obviously your ears would be constantly being barricaded with when you're playing. So you are sealing your ears from any external noise, and you are able to be selective of what you are hearing as far as your in-ear mix. So that's one. Obviously, most digital mixers now have an app that you can download and you can do your own in-ear mix. And that's good for two things. You actually can set up your own mix, which is obviously you know best what kind of levels you want to be receiving in your mix. And two, you're going to avoid, pestering your sound engineer like every few songs, like, hey, a bit more of the kick, higher focus, yeah.
Now, can I give you some cheat codes, some hacks, some secret knowledge
Lay it on them.
From a lot of touring, especially with Dorje when we were touring tons and tons with drills and just all over the place. Which does it say R? That's R, isn't it?
That's L?
L, because my eyes are knackered now. Something else you can do with in-ears is you can feed into them help. So, for example, if you've got a set and suddenly you are including a cover that you weren't expecting to do. For example, when Chris Cornell sadly passed away, we decided that the next day, Dorje, we would play Show Me How to Live in Germany. And it was super emotional, and I could just about remember the lyrics, and I wasn't sure where to come in at one point, and it was pretty hard. Plus, we were all emotional because Chris had passed away. You can feed on a backing track anything into your ears. You can feed yourself going, okay, it's 1, 2, you're in the second, 3, 4, and you're in, bang. You can record that and put it on a backing track. Yeah. You can have the lyrics come up. You could be like, the next line is this. Okay, before the song starts, you can say the first line is this. Da, 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 these are the lyrics. With 3, 2, 1, you're in. And you're coaching yourself through the set. Yep. There are all sorts of things you can put on a BT through your ears. Yeah. And it will...
BT meaning backing track.
Backing
so
track.
You prepare like in your DAW, like Logic or Cubase or Pro Tools, whatever. You set up a track, like a click track or a cue track, which is what Rob is explaining. And that will only be fed into your in-ears, and it will be muted from the front of house.
Honestly, it makes a big difference when you can hear your own voice coaching you through parts that are difficult, tricky, you're coming to terms with, and you can remove them afterwards if you want to, when you're used to it. Like Luke said and I hinted to, you can have a microphone set up that's capturing the sound of the audience, because I didn't like when I first wore in-ears, so I couldn't hear the dudes singing the tunes back or going, yeah, or you suck. You want to hear it all. So we had an ambient mic on stage, dialed down, so you get the room sound, you get the audience sound, you get everything, but just reduced. And then I didn't want too many cymbals because it was too harsh and blocking my from hearing my vocals. I wanted more of my guitar, less of Rabia's guitar. I wanted, maybe I want more of Zaya in pop work and a bit more of Luke and, less of Rob. Normally it's less drums because you can feel them too. Yeah. You can choose when you've got in-ears. You can't choose when you've got wedges. Basically, when you go out and you buy, like, oh, I've got to get the next pedal. By the way, this is the cloned Kentrosaurus by my friends Stego pedals. A lot of people asked me what I was using on a recent video. It was this. I use this a lot. Rather than, buy one because they're really, really good. But rather than thinking in terms of, oh yeah, I've got to get a new amp or a new plug-in or a new pedal, get a set of in-ears and then train yourself how to use them, how to quickly set up, because it's going to save you, it's going to make you play better because you're going to hear more of what you want to hear. And especially if you're working with super consistent stuff like, Axe effects, Chappers, things that you don't need to mic up. This is going to be completely consistent all the time. And you'll protect your ears, and when you're kind of my age, that will be super important for you. It's like good diet keeps you healthy for longer. Good in-ears keeps your ears good for longer. Yep. So yeah, there you go. XVIVE, complete solution.
Yep. U4 T9.
Yes, it is the U4 T9 system. If you're in Europe, you know where to go and get these. If you're in America, you know where to go and get these. And I highly recommend XVIVE. I've been using their guitar wireless stuff quite a lot. I know you did for a bit, didn't you?
Yep, that's right. In fact, tonight I have a gig and we need to set up our own sound. So we're renting out the front of house, but we're getting our own mixer and mics and, basically our basic setup. And as a mixer, we're using the Behringer XR18, and that has XLR outs. So since it has 6 outs and we're going to be playing in a slightly compact space, I'm actually taking one of these and plugging it into one of the outputs and giving that to the singer, which you would need to move, a bit more than the musicians to entertain the people. Shout out to Karen Duff. So, yeah. Also,
by the way, this isn't a low tier system. This is like medium affordability, medium tier.
Exactly.
There are super high-end things you can get, like Luke's shown you. There are much more affordable things you can get. But if you want a complete solution, I recommend this. I really do. I think it's great. And it's a really good way to start trying it all out and seeing if it's for you. And if you want to be a professional guitar player, you need something like this. Anyway, have a tremendous day. Take it easy. Chappers out.
Woo.
Bye.